For many people in the Bay Area, the idea of home ownership seems like a distant dream. After all, it's the most expensive place here in the United States to buy a house, as the median sales price here in San Jose is about $2 million. But what if I told you there actually are some programs that can make that dream a little bit more attainable? Because there actually are programs that can help you pay your down payment, get you a lower interest rate, or even get you a federal tax credit. Hey guys, my name is Austin Lee. I'm a real estate agent here based in the Bay Area. So if you have any more questions about the real estate market or have any real estate needs, feel free to set an appointment with me on my calendar, and me and my team would be happy to help you. So for most of these programs I'm going to share with you, you have to be a first-time home buyer in order to qualify. Now, a first-time home buyer to the state of California is actually a little different than what you would think. It's not if you bought a home before you don't qualify. Actually, the state of California defines a first-time home buyer as a person who has not bought a house in the past 3 years. Okay, so the first program I want to talk about is the MyHome Assistance Program from the California Housing and Financing Agency. Now, this program pretty much qualifies you for two different loans. One is a conventional loan, another is a government loan. And in both of these loans, pretty much allows you to defer up to 3 or 3.5% off your home price or the appraisal price, whichever is lower. And you only have to pay it back once you sell a house or you pay off the mortgage. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're purchasing a condo here in San Jose, it's about $600,000. So if you're able to get into this program, you can pretty much save up to 3% or 3.5%. So that's about $21,000. And you don't have to pay that back. You don't have to pay any extra interest until you finally sell the home, or you pay off the mortgage, or you refinance the mortgage. So to qualify for this program, there's 4 things that you have to do. First, you have to be a first-time home buyer. Second, this house has to be the primary residence. Third, you have to take this course by the CalHFA. It's about $99 online. And then fourth, you must meet the income limits set by a certain county. So here in Santa Clara County, if you make under $300,000, you can qualify for this program. Okay, another program I want you to be familiar with is the CalHFA Dream for All Act. And this program is pretty much called a shared appreciation loan, which pretty much means that you can defer that 20% down payment. The CalHFA Dream for All will cover it initially. And then when you sell a house, obviously you'll have to pay back that 20% eventually, but also you have to give 20% of the appreciation of the house that has gained from since when you bought it to when you sold it. Okay, so for example, let's say you bought a $700,000 condo. Now, if you have this program will cover that 20%, which is $140,000 that you don't have to pay at that time. You only have to pay it later once you sell the house. But also because it's a shared appreciation loan, let's say you bought the house like right now, and then 3 years later, that house appreciates, let's say, $50,000. So you don't have to pay 20% of that, which is about $10,000 on top of that initial 20% that you borrowed. Now, at the time of this filming, right now the CalHFA Dream for All Act is currently out. They're no longer accepting applications. So that just kind of shows how popular this program is. But there actually are very similar programs across the nation or here in Santa Clara County. Here, there's a program called Unison. You can check out online. Pretty much, it's a very similar idea. I believe the rate might be a little lower, maybe 10 to 15% instead of 20%. There's also another program here, specifically in Santa Clara County, called Empower, SCC. So you can definitely check that out if a shared appreciation loan is something that you might be interested in. Okay, so the next program I want to talk about is the LLPA Waiver. Now, normally when you do a loan, lenders are going to charge extra fees called the loan level price adjustment. And pretty much these are fees that depend on your credit score or your down payment size. But if you qualify for the LLPA waiver, these fees can be waived entirely. So often this is going to lower your closing costs and also potentially get you a lower interest rate. So this is a pretty much easy way to save money. So in order to qualify for LLPA waiver, you have to be a first-time home buyer. The home that you're purchasing has to be a primary residence. And you have to make under 120% of the median income of the county. So here in Santa Clara County, that's about $220,000. Okay, so another program that you want to be familiar with as a first-time home buyer is called the Mortgage Credit Certificate, or the MCC Program. So this program allows you to get a 15% tax credit on your mortgage interest. So let's say you pay $10,000 in mortgage interest. With this program, you can claim up to 15% or $1,500 and get a free tax credit on that. So yeah, that's just $1,500 you saved right there. And pretty much from a qualification perspective, it's very similar to LLPA waiver we talked about. So again, be a first-time home buyer. This house has to be a primary residence, and you have to make less than the median income in whatever county that you're in. So again, in Santa Clara County, that's about $220,000. Okay, so I definitely shared a lot, but to be real, there's still a lot more programs that people may qualify, but some of these programs, they don't qualify to everyone, so I didn't want to share it all in one video. But if you have any more questions, feel free to contact me. me and my team will be happy to help you look for potential discounts that you may qualify for. And if you're considering moving or living and buying a house in the Bay Area, feel free to check out other videos on my channel. I make videos about what it's like to live here in the Bay Area. So with that, check out other videos on my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.